Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Julie here. Today's video I'm going to do another little behind the scenes of a recent shoot that I did, which was we went for something a little more avant-garde. It's not really avant-garde as such, but it was sort of heading that way, of a shoot I did a while ago, which was Marie Antoinette. So we wanted to do something a little more edgier, a little bit more fun. So let's go take a look. So this is the setup. Just quite simple, a little chair, a table, a screen divider. I was using two Godox AD200 Pros and the Photoshop softboxes. We had hair and makeup by Tegan Felton, and she did a fabulous job with this. We also had model Lillian Wooters, who was having loads of fun on this sort of more avant-garde thing than she normally does. So we were just finishing off hair and makeup. So I started off just with some sitting poses and just keeping it fairly static. Lily is sort of new to the studio, so this was our second shoot, so we were still getting used to working with each other. I had pulled out this corset that I had in the studio wardrobe, which I hadn't used for a while, as well as a couple of other things. I did get some like little bows and blue roses and things like that to get or to attach to the crinoline cage, or the sort of hoop, and everything was tied in. So I had these absolutely gorgeous vintage blue gloves and lots of pearls and this fabulous little feather headband and this cute little blue bird that we thought would sort of all match in, because there was blue in the corset. The corset had purple as well, but I wanted to bring the blue element in, something a little softer. So you could see me there just jumping in and just posing Lillian a little bit. So we did a few sort of different poses just to get us started, and then we started playing with some props. So this sort of crinoline cage that I got, which was just off Wish or Temu or somewhere, I can't even remember, is quite tricky to work with when you're sitting down, as you can see in this video, and we were just trying to get it so that it was working nicely, giving some more poses. As you can probably see in the background there, this top was actually a little too big for Lillian, so we got some bulldog clips in the background just to hold it in so that it fitted nicely to her shape. So next up, it was time to pull out some props. This was a new feather fan that I had bought online. It was supposed to be 40 centimeters. As you can see, it clearly isn't 40 centimeters, but that's okay. It was still quite cute, and we were having fun playing with that, doing a few different poses and just working through some different ideas that we had for the fan. So here's just one of the images. This is the raw photo, so you can see the EXIF data there, and then this is the final edited images. Lovely, soft, but still with a little pop of blue in there. Next was the champagne glass, which actually only had water in it, and I did just a little bit of Photoshop magic to make it look like champagne with some bubbles and things like that. So we were playing around with that for a little bit. Next, we then moved the chair out of the way just so that we could give Lily a bit more room to move around on the floor, and we did some poses down on the floor. Here's a couple more sort of before and after. So this is the raw photo, and then I got the final edited image, which was mostly done in Photoshop. We did a bit more floor work. I've actually sped this up a little bit just so that it's not quite so boring, but we were doing just a few different poses and working with hand gestures and things like that. It's always good to get a variety of poses. You don't necessarily want them all sitting, standing, etc. I then grabbed the feather fan again. Here's Tegan just popping in just to tidy up and fix up a few bits and pieces with the hair. It's always really good to sort of have a to and fro conversation with your model. It makes them feel relaxed. It gives them a bit of a chance to sort of play around and bring some ideas that they might have into the session as well. So it's always really good to have that conversation with your model as you're going through and shooting. I find it relaxes them, it relaxes me, and it allows me to get the best out of everybody. Here's another one of my favorite images. I really liked how it's sort of relaxed but looks quite staged and regal at the same time. So I did get some standing shots, but as you can see here, and I left this little one in because I thought it was quite funny, I forgot to move the behind the scenes camera, so all you have got is from the waist down. But we did do some standing shots, so here's a unedited one and then the final edited image. So that's it for Miss Mademoiselle, which I know seems a bit of a silly title because Miss and Mademoiselle mean the same thing, but to me, in my head, it just worked that way when I was looking for a title, just the way it works sometimes. So thanks for watching. I hope this inspired you to perhaps grab something in the studio or out of the studio. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe even share this video with your friends. Maybe you can come up with something similar. I will put a link for the rest of the gallery down below. So if you want to check out all of the images from this shoot, you can do that on my website. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.